to select on demand. Exclusively on Comcast. And now, Wheels and Wings.
I think it's the most intense thing that you can do for under $1 million.
What in the world? No, you're not seeing things. These really are mini motorcycles. Welcome to the little world of pocket biking, the latest motorsport craze to hit the shores of the USA. Standing only 18 inches off the ground, these pint-sized mini motos can really pack a punch. At first glance, it looks like someone left one of these bikes in the dryer too long. But if you're thinking that these bikes are toys, well, you're in for a surprise. You can pay up to $4,000 for a top-of-the-line racer. Oh, and performance? How does 0 to 50 in 5 seconds sound? So hang on tight as we ride pocket style. For the past year, Bill Wilkie has traded in his computer consultant job to run the National Capital Area Pocket Bike Association.
Well, a pocket bike is actually a highly engineered miniature MotoGP motorcycle. All over Europe and all around the world, they race these ultra-fast, super high-tech motorcycles called MotoGP. It's the ultimate. But they wanted in Europe some way to start kids out in the sport and introduce them to two-wheel road racing without all the dangers of the big bikes and the high speeds.
This is his first race, and we'll see how he does today.
When my kids are there, actually, I'm a little bit more safe, more relaxed when they're on a track than when they're riding the bicycle in the street. Because in the bicycle in the street, they don't do that with the proper gear, you know what I mean? But here on a racetrack, they wear good helmets, they wear boots, they wear gloves, a racing suit. So I really feel comfortable. I think it's a safe sport, and you know, it's nice, and I'm glad that they enjoy it. Do you enjoy racing?
Yeah.
Now, you didn't think the kids were going to be the only ones having all the fun today, did you? Not only is Marco Rizzo a proud Minimoto dad, he is the godfather of pocket bike racing here in the U.S.
He's been in various racing sports for almost 20 years. He's raced about every kind of vehicle there is to race, two-wheeled and four-wheeled. And in his latter years of racing, rather than give up racing altogether, he got fascinated with pocket bike racing. And he was actually one of the pioneers of the sport in this country that helped introduce the sport of pocket bike racing. His home country of Italy is where it all began, you know, where all the bikes are engineered and where the sport began. And so he brought it over here.
Bill's career change has him spending every waking moment on pocket bikes. And for his son, Robbie, well, let's just say he's on the fast track.
My son, Robbie, your national champion and the points winner in most of the junior point series. This year, he made the jump to seniors because he's 14 years old now, and he's actually leading all the expert classes in the seniors in points.
At the tender age of 14, Robbie is a made man. For the last year, he's been learning the secrets of pocket bike racing from the master.
Robbie Wilkie is I should say, my protege. Robbie bought one of my bike that I won the championship in 2002, and it's definitely an enjoyment teaching him because he's a listener and he sure puts the stuff right on the racetrack and going fast and winning racing, and that sure makes me very proud.
We got to know this gentleman named Marco Rizzo. He got us into it. We bought our first bike off him, again, a ZPF. And he kind of trained me. I got into it. I followed the ropes from him a little bit. And now here I am today. I'm one of the dominant racers in the country and just having a whole bunch of fun.
Today is going to be a very interesting day, to say the least. This is an extremely challenging track. The course is tight. It's very slick. It's a lot of turns. So it's really going to be all about the rider. The best rider is going to win today. The guy who can keep it upright and keep it going fast through the turns is going to win today. The bike won't really be a factor as much.
This is probably the most technical track that you'll see in pocket bike racing. This is what the Italian style right here. And obviously Marco's the one who set it all up. So this is right from Italy, this track. We usually run on bigger tracks that aren't this intense with as many cornering like that. This is sick. Oh my God, this is great.
For pocket bikers, size truly doesn't matter. And for these guys, getting the thrill of a big bike without all the commitment eases the jokes of having a small bike.
We all had big bikes also. So, yeah, those are cute. Those are nice toys.
Until they get on one.
Yeah, until they get on one.
Exactly.
And between the three of us, we probably converted about a dozen of our friends into pocket bikes. So, yeah, we heard a lot of harassment until they got on one. Then it was a lot of fun.
Pound for pound, these Minimotos outclass their bigger cousins. Although they have a rigid suspension, the chassis was designed to flex when cornering at 50 miles per hour. The secret behind these pocket rockets lies within the engine. Ah, two-stroke technology at its finest. From a power-to-weight ratio, pocket bikes produce the equivalent of a big bike, generating 200 horsepower. That's a lot of ponies.
They may look small, but they pack a big punch, and people who underestimate them, you know, can get themselves in trouble pretty quickly.
On these bikes, I can ride the bike the way I want to, the way it's meant to be ridden, and not worry about cops or other traffic or, you know, killing myself. It's big fun. Once you get on, you are hooked. You're not going to want to get off. Let's see if it runs. It's alive! I'm ready.
Since Robbie failed to finish the heat race due to engine problems, he'll have to start in the back of the pack. With only 16 short laps, he's gonna have to act fast. All eyes will be on Robbie and Marco today. Robbie has the speed, but Marco has the experience. And on a track like this, speed may not get you to the finish line in one piece.
You know, with any motorsport, you know, you can put money into the car or the bike or the machine, but you have to know how to operate that machine. And that's a lot of what pocket biking is about. It's a lot rider and not so much bike. Don't let the size of these bikes fool you, because we're going, you know, 20, 30 miles an hour, but it feels like 100. You start sliding on the ground at, you know, 20, 25 miles an hour with no gear, you're gonna leave, you know, your hide back behind you. So we wear the gear, we practice all the safety precautions, and you know, that's what it's all about, having fun and being safe at the same time.
With only a couple laps to go, Robbie has his eyes on the leader. It takes a little jockeying for position sometimes. Whoa, that was close. But Robbie has managed to pull into second place behind Corey Reck. Because of their size, pocket rockets are more responsive than bigger bikes. If you even think about turning, well, you're gonna turn. During a race, these bikes are redlining at 15,000 RPMs. No wonder they give out. Better watch out for that spill. Well, he's not going to catch Corey this race, but they'll meet up again in the open class race. Plagued with bike problems, Marco will have one more chance to get his ride back on its feet.
Almost all right till I fell. Got a little tangled up, but hey, that's racing. I'll get back out there again.
Corey, at age 12, is younger than Robbie and really making a name for himself around the track.
Robbie would have passed him right there.
Almost.
He went outside. That means he would have had to take the inside lane for the next one, and I would have gone inside. Whatever. That's what I get for not stretching out.
This kind of racing takes a toll on these little pocket rockets. So in between races, tweaking the bike just right can make a huge difference.
Your handling is definitely going to win races in your tires. So if you can stick the bike to the track and you can make the bike handle so that it can go through the corners quickly, that's what's going to win a race out here.
But that's going to be difficult, since someone's bike dumped coolant all over the track. While Marco and Bill discuss what to do about this mess, one thing is for sure. Things just got a bit more interesting for the final race.
It's not too bad, but even still, if you hit the kitty litter, man, it's like riding on ice. It's horrible, because these are slick tires meant for the asphalt, not the kitty litter. Oh well.
I can predict I'll be down at least 4 times in the final race.
I am
not young anymore. I'm here sure for having a good time. Of course, if I will have the chance, I will not be stopping down and pull over and let somebody win. I will go for a win, but I will not go the extra yards for achieving that. My goal is having fun and be safe out there.
Can't catch him. I can't catch him. This track, once you start, that's going to be the deciding factor of who wins the race. If you start from the start line, it's going to put you into your configuration, and from there on out, it's just who falls and who doesn't fall to the end of the race.
We got one more to go. There you go. And I took third, so I'll be on this front row on the start.
Not having to battle from the back of the pack this time, Robbie will be tough to beat. But Corey came in first in the heat races and has pole position. Marco still managed to take a spot on the second row. All things considered, it's a good place to be. As expected, Robbie takes the early lead, with Corey and Marco hot on his tail. Not taking any chances.